Welcome to the U.K.E-Liquid Mixing Show. It is a Wednesday night and it's time to talk a little bit of mixing and a little bit of chat. There's no Graham tonight. He has turned into a vampire. So because Sun's been out today, he's got a little bit of sun. He's not feeling a bit well. So he's got his coughing out and he's gone there. So it may be around about 12 o'clock. If you're going around Liverpool, you might see him flying around. But he's not here tonight. So who you've got is you've got myself, Benny Vapes. We have got Liam... God, I've got him mixed up. Our own mixing detective, Liam Sherlock Holmes.
Hello.
We have got the one and only, the chair, Bill.
Ooh.
We have got our own... Hello, Shaggy. We have got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim, Advocate for Liberty. And then that's it. So, yeah. So, that's one, Shaggy. So, yeah, if you didn't know what the title of the show what is...
We're gonna rock like this, roll right.
All right, all right.
We're gonna be Wonder Ravers, room rubbish.
As long as you don't start going, Scrappy Doo, Scrappy Doo. So if you wonder about things, these are a few things that have been released this week. Wonder Flavours brought some new flavours out. SSA brought some new flavours out, which we will look at. And we've got a big announcement, which we will do that in about 5 minutes. We've got one from Bill as well, which we'll talk about after this. We will go around and see what everybody's vape machine is first. So a little bit of a buffet. We will start with Tim. What are you vaping on, my friend?
I am vaping on the Legend with the Pyro V3 on top. That's got the sugar pie from Wonder Flavors in it at 4%. And then I've got the Gruss with a old Goon on top, and that one there has the apple butter from Wonder Flavors at 4% in it. So, yeah. And I will pass it on to Liam. Time for some detective work.
Hey, tonight I got my usual V-Stick at 530 with a profile 1.5 on top. And in that, I'm just vaping on a custard that I threw together in the vague hope that it would be nice. It's gone down okay, but I'm not sure if it's ready for release yet. And I also have the Vupu X217 with the Steam Crave Aromamizer V2 on top in RDA, and in that I am slowly working my way through Crumbling Lime, which is the lime ice cream with the crumble on top.
Ooh.
And I will pass it over to Bill.
Right on the Roberter with the roar.
Just a second. You know what's coming.
Oh, Benny's on call again, so here we go.
Yep, he's gonna go push a button again. Yeah, that lady really liked him and didn't want to. Yeah.
And while he's gone, I'm also on the double barrel.
All right, if you don't tell me I've got a call.
Before with the Arbiter on top with the strawberry. A good surprise in that one. And then this one, I'm on the Strawberry Monday, kind of revised edition. I'm still waiting to revise on the Cold Steel with the Dead Rabbit V2 on it.
Right.
Ooh. And I'll pass it over to Graham.
Right.
And Graham has nothing.
Graham is on the blank with
And funny enough, he's gone blank on the mod too, and he's gone blank on the juice.
Yeah,
he's not with it tonight. I mean, poor Graham.
Yeah, because he can hear the children of the night. They're
Right.
calling him.
Yeah, you've seen that new movie that's coming out with with the superhero that's technically a vampire. He's practicing out for the second season.
Yeah, go on then.
so if you won't see Graham vaping garlic, that's all we got to say there. So we can't.
Hey, and I have some nice garlic to send him too.
Is it garlic?
Yeah.
Is that vampires?
Yeah, it's garlic.
Garlic and who's the silver bullet?
That's werewolves.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then is it the wooden stake?
Yeah, that's vampires too.
So vampires is two, wooden stake and garlic. All
Yeah.
right. So if you take and put some garlic on a wooden stake, and boy, it's just all over. That's a rough day for a vampire.
I see you put some garlic on and put some garlic butter on a regular steak, and that sounds like the start of a really nice
Yeah,
meal.
I'm actually
Either
thought
that or
it
you
was-
sprinkle some
Sorry,
garlic.
did that
I don't care if the vampires get us. I'm going over to Liam's anyway.
I'm there chatting away. I thought I'd muted it. I've got to shoot off.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. I've got a little old lady with no eating on.
All right. Okay.
I will be back. It's about it is about 20 minutes up road. Is this one? So I shouldn't be. In fact, shall I wait? I said it'd be about an hour. Shall I go now?
It's up to you. If you wait an hour, then you're not going to make it back before the show's over.
I'll go now. Are you going to be all right? Are you going to be all right on your own again?
Yeah, just put Bill in charge again. He did fine last time.
Rich Roray. We can handle it.
Yeah.
Do
you want to
get in the mystery van and head on over there? You damn meddling kids.
Right, I won't be too long then.
Okay.
Bye.
See you in a bit.
Roray.
As soon as Benny's disappeared and he's not there now to completely derail me constantly, I'm going to go through chat.
Yeah, all right.
I'll do my best.
So in chat tonight, we have Swamp Thing, Dave Lloyd, the Vaping Snowman, Lady Liberty, Tony Laura, Cheech Darts, Mr. Intense, Dispergo, Logic, Zippy Zone, Rocky Tooney, Pippa, DIY Down Under, I Up Me Duck, I Ate That Duck, seen as Benny's not here.
Yeah, but yeah.
Take Me to the Sea, David Marshall, Fee, and I believe that is everybody. So apologies if I have missed anybody else. I did read out Cheech Darts.
Oh, did you? Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh.
You must have read it out in
I've
silent.
not been listening very good.
Sure you didn't just think it and not read it? Because I didn't hear it.
It wouldn't be the first time, to be honest.
It's better that way if you think it and don't say it out loud than it is if you say it out loud and don't realize you did. That's worse.
Right.
So while Vinny gallivants around Great Britain, meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Back at the ranch. I'm mixing up the nougat to try it too.
Tune in next week to find out where Benny gets called out to during the show.
Oh, that's simple. I can find you a nice picture.
What we'll do is we'll start squares. we'll make squares and we'll sell them in chat as to whether or not what minute of the show Benny's going to get a call to get called out.
I was going to say we could do heat and bingo. I mean, you could have little old lady.
Mhm.
You have care home. You could just have Benny can't be asked for the show, so just wants to go for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one mostly. We got to watch it though, because he's listening. You know, he did the last time. Remember,
he's always listening. Always listening. Always watching.
He doesn't ever really leave us alone because he doesn't really trust.
He doesn't really trust you, Bill. That's all there is to it. Period.
So, what was this show supposed to be about again?
So we got
pizza. Today's a pizza show. Yeah.
We have a new release of Wonder Flavors.
Yep.
And some new release from SSA as well. So Bucky Super Aromas.
And I have two of those lines.
And there's also an announcement to be made. But I think we should wait until Benny's back for that though.
Yeah, we'll do the if Benny comes back. Yeah. So we're gonna wait till Benny's back to do the Wonder Flavors new stuff. We're gonna wait till he's back to do.
No, we'll do we'll just the announcement. We'll do the Wonder. We could do the Wonder Flavors in the SSA.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go through. Let me run through the new Wonder Flavors line that I have first, and then that way I'll get it out of the way. I don't have any, so.
All right. So if you've been active on Facebook at all this week in the DIY mixing groups, you'll see that Wonder Flavors have released 16 new flavors. Myself and Tim were actually lucky enough to get those from Wonder Flavors. I do have some notes. I've got notes for 9 of them. 3 of them were from 3 of them I'm actually missing, so I haven't tested those yet. But if I call up the website that I got, just to show what flavors there are. So,
Yeah,
bear
just
with me a
add up,
second.
mention which ones are missing. And I've single flavor tested. Now this will be when I test this one, will be the 8th one.
Right, so I'll just do a share screen now. For
About half of them, is my estimation there, Tim.
Yep.
8 of them.
This is on Nom Noms. I believe chefs are getting them at some point as well. I think soon. And then some of the vendors may also carry them in the UK. Not too sure in the States. Is it, the BCF have them yet?
Yeah, BCS had them since Monday.
Okay. So we have taffy butter, taffy peanut butter, pancake, sugar pie, soft candy, pink strawberry. So for that one, that's like a strawberry
Starburst.
chew
Starburst.
ale, strawberry starburst. Yeah. We got soft candy base, nugget or nougat, however you wish to pronounce it.
Yeah,
Milk.
so next, yep.
Milk condensed, kiwi yellow, hammy melon or hammy melon, deep fried sugar taro, cheesecake, bubblegum fruity, blueberry muffin, black currant, apple butter, and amadine, which is apricot.
Yeah, I made a couple of mixes and a couple of, and like I said, now 8 single flavors on them.
The ones I haven't actually tested are the pancake, apricots, and apple butter.
Oh, I have tested the apricot and the apple butter. Yeah, tested those 2. The pancake smells like a buttery pancake. You don't get those maple notes or anything rich. It's just, that smells like, if it tastes anything like it, the sniff test on that, that's going to be delicious.
Yeah, I'm hoping for just a nice plain buttery
And I
pancake.
like the fact that he came out with the soft candy base and the starburst flavor, because this way here you can make your own flavor, and it feels like he did that a lot more this release. I like that. Condensed milk, I don't know if you got a chance to do the sniff test on that one, but the sniff test is not pleasant.
Right, so I've got, I'll just go through my notes as I see them. So I got the Wonder Flavors Juicy Fruit bubblegum. It's a spot-on juicy fruit chewing gum. It's a mix of, you get that fruit flavor up front with mouthfeel, and then you get a light taste of like just a plain gum note right as a back note. The gum is very similar to the Wonder Flavors bubblegum in mouthfeel. So if you actually like the bubblegum, you should like the juicy fruit. The top notes are a very good representation of the fruits used in the juicy fruit chewing gum. So it's like a tropical blend. Pineapple. For a single flavor, you would use that at 5% with just a little bit of sweetener, and it should give you a juicy fruit chewing gum one shot, essentially.
A little bit of warning that bubblegum does punch its weight and then some a little bit in a mix, more than I thought it was going to. And as it steeps, it tends to grow a little bit. Yeah,
bubblegums are one of those funny ones like mint, where occasionally you'll come across a bubblegum that you can throw in at 5% and it's hardly there. And other ones you throw in at the same percentage and it just stomps all over your mix, completely obliterates everything. Like all of the Wonder Flavors, these are super concentrated. So 1 to 3% is normally recommended by Wonder Flavors on those. So I'd start off in a mix with most of them at around 2% and then work up from there.
Thus far, I did find it. I got a lot better flavor for single testing at 4% when I played with the different percentages.
Yeah, I tested all of mine at 3%.
Yep. I tried doing it at 2, and I wasn't getting like. I just decided to just try it a little higher. And I realized it wasn't getting all the notes at 2. At 2 by itself, it doesn't do it. In a mix, you wouldn't need that, but
when you're single flavor testing and you're trying to pull out all of those individual notes and trying to see how you think it would actually work, it's
like the apple butter at 3, because I tried that at the different percentages, and at 3 it was close, but at 4 it tastes a lot like my grandmother's actual apple butter. It was pretty good, actually. Like it was using a Granny Smith versus like she used to use a mix of Granny Smith and Macintosh in hers, but I didn't get the like softer, like quieter red apples, more of those tart green in it.
Yeah.
Well, does the gum, though, if you vape the gum and you have it in your mouth for any length of time, does it lose its flavor? And can you take it out and stick it up?
Oh, it's not striped gum. It's not the old, it's much better than the original gum. It actually keeps its flavor.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice any flavor fading when I was testing it.
Nope.
I found out with quite a few of the bubble gums you can buy that they taste really, really great.
And then you get mute.
And the more you vape it, then it just starts muting itself. It's like you put chewing gum into your mouth and you just chewed it and it's just gone.
And it just that may be a mental thing from us because we're used to
the gum being like that. The gum like 30 seconds of great flavor, and then you're throwing
it's like, well, this is really, but then you just got to pick up another stick and stick it in your mouth. And after a while, you got a wad this big because you just keep adding more.
I got
to make a mix of this nougat. This is actually pretty good too. Nice.
Yeah, the nugget's really good. I'll go on to the oddity of the bunch, the deep fried sugar taro. Again, tested at 3%, tested at 100 watts. Now, it's not a bad flavor. It's a really unique flavor. For me, it was more of a savory vape.
Definitely.
And I think I'd struggle to figure out where to put it into a mix, but I might end up playing around with it in bakeries to see how it would work in there, because I did see a couple of deep fried sugar taro cakes and things like that online.
We actually were discussing that last night in the after show, so I'll give you guys a little hint. It might work very well for like a pumpkin pie, and there actually is another version of a similar like vegetable like the taro that is used in place of pumpkin in the South here in the US. It's very common. It's a different cut and a weird name, starts at Q, but
okay.
It might actually replicate like that sensation. It definitely, I mean, to me, it's like reminiscent of like sweet potato fries is what's reminiscent of to me.
Yeah, that's what to me it tasted like. Slightly sweetened, ready salted Walker's crisps. So ready salted potato chips.
But it actually had that. It has that deep fried flavor. I was actually impressed with that. That wasn't like overpowering or disgusting.
Yeah, that fried note is really nice. It's not overly greasy either. So it's not overdone. But I'm not sure whether you'd be able to use it in a mix for that greasy note without getting that taro filtering through as well.
Yeah, that's why we were talking about it, maybe like a pumpkin pie like ish type pie.
Yeah,
that's about the only way I can think it'd be useful. I mean, suppose you could make it into some kind of ice cream base, like you almost had bits of your ice, but that'd be weird.
Yeah, when I was looking up deep fried sugar taro recipes, just to see what people were doing in the actual food, most of them were just deep fried sugar taro on its own.
So did you do the same thing? I did deep dived into the taro thing. Like I'm reading about this thing. Did the same with a hammy actually.
So what is a taro then? If you deep dove into it,
it's a root vegetable similar to a sweet potato or a yam.
Yeah, it's more in line. It's more in line with a tuber, isn't it? It's like potatoes are a tuber.
Yep.
All right.
Be interesting to see how people end up using it. Take Me to the Sea is actually saying in chat, yam.
Yeah.
So candied yams.
Yeah, it is. It would work really good for that. Like I
Deep
have
fried candied yams.
flavored yam. Like when Benny and I did that thing, we tested the yams. This is much better because it has that cooked note. So way better.
Right, soft candy. So it's a soft raspberry flavored candy. Think Chewits, Starburst, those type of taffy sort of candy chews.
Yep.
It's
Like
got a really
ish type things. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very lightly chewy mouthfeel, so not a massively full mouthfeel to it, but that mouthfeel is there. Now this was only off a shake, so I'd expect that mouthfeel to actually come through more, because if there's one thing Wonder Flavors do well, it's candies. I got ideal for use in candy recipes and in cream recipes as well, where you want to thicken up the mouthfeel. I could see this working really well in like a milkshake as well. So
I was wondering
a raspberry milkshake, give it that nice thick mouthfeel. You got that not a realistic raspberry, a nice candy raspberry. So it'd be more like the syrup, the milkshake syrups that you get, or milkshake powders. But I can see that working really well in a milkshake.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That might actually work with some milkshakes or some creams if you want a little thicker. It might even pull it off in some custards too. I was thinking.
I got the cheesecake. So the cheesecake is really nice. It's a really buttery vanilla cheesecake with 0 coconut notes. There wasn't a lot of a base to it. There seemed to be more with the topping, but that topping was spot on. It's one of the most authentic cheesecakes I've actually tasted.
Yeah, I haven't gotten single flavor taste that one yet.
Yeah, as I said, it's like a no bake cheesecake. So the one that you mix up and throw in the fridge.
One you can get for the store and you can mix it up real quick and throw it.
Yeah, really nice and thick mouthfeel to it. It was, as I said, it was an excellent cheesecake. One of the most authentic I've tasted. But the good thing is, if that base doesn't actually develop and come through, it just means that you can actually throw your own cheesecake base at it then. So you can actually tweak that to your own liking. And onto the nuggets.
Right now, yep.
Yeah, I've got roasted nut part in this is present as one of the first flavors that I tasted. The rest of the nugget taste is present. I did find it a little bit lighter compared to the nut taste. So that nut was a little bit more up front. And I didn't really get a lot of a chewy mouthfeel.
Did you steep it at all, or are you still off the shake?
That's off a shake. So
I'm at that point too. So like maybe next week we can give an update on that.
Yeah, I'm expecting that to actually develop a lot more, because that mouthfeel was there. It was just very, very light.
Very light.
So are you saying you liked it a lot because you said you got a nut?
Yes, it is.
It's kind of a little bit of a creamy nut. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Well, he got a nut, so that usually means she was pretty good.
I think it's the proper flavor. I hoping it develops a little more. If not, then it'll have to be used a little high, I think.
Yeah, if I had to put my finger on what the actual nut taste was, I'd lean towards an almond.
Yes.
With maybe a hint of pistachio.
So cherry-ish?
No, not cherry-ish at all. It is definitely a nut. But
I found most almond vapes have a cherry to them.
No cherry to it.
Okay.
It's almost got that dry feel to it, like almost an almond too.
Yeah, it's a roasted nut as well. So
yeah. You ever have nuts so you get the skin where it kind of like slowly you get a piece of skin that kind of stays in your tongue too long? It kind of has almost that aftertaste.
Dave.
Hammy melon.
It's
Yeah,
hard
so
to do.
I think that's probably a nut that you want to throw into your collection, Bill.
Possibly.
Um,
I'm on the fence right now.
I could see if that mouthfeel comes through that a little bit more, it would work really, really well in something like a pistachio ice cream mix.
Ice cream
Because
or a candy layer.
That chewy mouthfeel would actually thicken up the feel of the creams. So it will work really well there, as well as probably work quite well in the custard as well.
So in other words, Bill, you need this one because this is like this is perfect. It'll work great in your vanilla or your nuts using either one.
Oh, okay.
Next one I've got is hammy melon or hamey melon, however you pronounce it. I've got a bright and sweet melon similar to a honeydew. No rind off notes at all, which is nice because when you eat a melon, you don't eat the rind, and a lot of them seem to include the rind taste. It's also got a little bit of a fleshy mouthfeel to it as well. Off a shake, it was mainly juice with a very slight flesh.
So we got more
flesh
like
might fill out.
We got like a cantaloupe and honeydew mix, kind of like an in-between melon. Like it felt like it kind of swayed toward cantaloupe, but yet it still had the bright notes of like a honeydew. It's something like that. Something like, and if you look at the pictures and stuff of the fruit, it actually resembles one of those two. So it makes sense.
You don't look at the pictures because that'll put the mental image in your head.
That wasn't until after. That was after effect. Afterwards, I was like, okay, now I gotta know what this thing is.
It's got a really nice wet mouth feel to it as well.
Yeah. A little bit more than like a honeydew. And you know how honeydews can be a little bit on the drier side? That's where I think it sways a little more toward the cantaloupe. And I do get like a little cantaloupe, especially off the sniff test. You can get almost like cantaloupe, like the softness, like the creamy, like flesh, even off the sniff.
But I think because of that really watery mouthfeel, you might be able to get away with. By watery, I don't mean it's a thin mouthfeel. It's nice and complex, but doesn't leave your mouth feeling dry. Feels like you've actually drunk some of the juice from a melon. Yeah. With that, I think you could probably use it. You might be able to get away with using it like 0.5% to 1% in a fruit mix. You know how we've been using cucumber and
pear.
Like I've been using apricot for a lot with the strawberries, the bumpy strawberries.
Yeah, just to moisten up those fruit mixes a little bit so they're not quite so dry. Give it a little bit of depth. Just a quick check, make sure I haven't missed anything in chat.
Dave, some of that may not be from your uneducated taste buds. Some of that comes from your longtime smoking taste buds, because as you smoke, you kind of kill taste buds. And then as the longer you vape and the more you mix and the more you get into stuff, I'm finding as time goes on, I taste more flavors even now than I did, say, a year after I quit smoking.
Yeah, I mean, look at him now. He can actually taste things other than vanilla and nuts for once. I mean, finally.
I mean, because we're all completely different as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might like a flavor and find it really strong at 0.5%.
Yeah.
Others might need to push that up to 3% to be able to taste it. It's just
there's certain things you're just going to taste. Like I have found that with me and peanut butter, if I even have the peanut butter bottle open sitting next to a mix I'm making, I taste peanut butter. It's one that seems to pop in. Yeah.
Next one I've got is black currant. Really nice and sweet, pleasant black currant, instantly recognizable as a black currant. Yep. Reminiscent for me of Ribena cordial, Ribena squash. I'm not too sure if you get that over the pond.
I don't know that one.
That Ribena flavor is a flavor that people have been trying to chase for a while. There's a couple that are close to it, but I don't think this is spot on Ribena squash. It's really nice, full mouthfeel, some hint of the skin there as well, and that skin doesn't have any grape notes to it like some of the others I can mention. And it also leaves a pleasant room note as well. So misses the unfortunate used cat litter smell that some of the other blackcurrants on the market seem to have.
Yeah, and I did find that this one here was one of the ones that, like, I grew up on a Canadian border and I had blackcurrant dishes and stuff like that, and even actually fresh blackcurrant. And this tastes like a proper ripe blackcurrant. You don't always get that. You kind of get the ones that are a little too tart, still like they were pulled a little early or something.
There's still a very little bit of tartness there, but it's mainly
That's the way
it's
they
mainly
are.
a sweet blackcurrant, and that's the way a blackcurrant should be.
Yep. To me, it actually was very pleasant for blackcurrant. I mean, I've had some of the others like, yep, that's blackcurrant, but that's not ripe. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, I'm the same way. I did it for almost 50 years, and basically it just takes a long time for taste buds to start to come back. But if you, as Anthony Duck was saying, if you MTL, then yeah, you may have to pop the concentrate up a little higher, because MTL you don't necessarily get the same flavor out of. It's all really, it's got to do with your taste buds. It's got to do sometimes with the wattage. Just there's a lot of variables, and you just have to play with stuff until you find what works for yours.
Yeah, that's why I test all of my flavors at around 100 watts.
Yeah,
because that's how I vape.
Yeah.
So I could test the mouth to lung, but because I don't vape mouth to lung.
Yep.
I don't think I get as much from it as I do testing in the way I vape normally.
Yeah, because you can't really tell. It's hard to, when you're trying to test it vaping some way that you don't normally vape. You can't compare it with something that you've been vaping at what you normally vape. You can't say, well, I don't get this, because you're not vaping. You're not comparing your apples and oranges. Here is what you're doing. You know?
Yeah. Condensed milk. Now the condensed milk was really impressive. Nice sweet and buttery pouring cream. That was unmistakably condensed milk. It coats the mouth with that cream as well. You know, when you swig cream direct out of the carton.
I have got
you
flavor
that.
That's it, but it smells to me like, have you ever got like opened a bag of powdered milk and got the dust?
Yeah, it's the same.
Or formula, you know, it's got that. It's definitely got that condensed milk.
All of it has that smell. But the thing is so, like, comparing it to Salubarome, what would you?
I just got that in today. I haven't checked yet.
I'd have to play around with the Wonder flavors a little bit more, because I've been using the Salubarome longer.
Yeah.
But on the initial impression, I think it may very well take the spot that Salubarome holds at the moment. I think Salubarome is a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
But not much sweeter. But it would, anywhere that you want a really nice, sweet, not too thick cream, like a thin to medium cream, it would fit in those mixes really well. I was really impressed, because the other condensed milks that I've tried don't really compare to the Salubarome.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of them over here. That's why I was asking, because that may be one. There's very few, my picky taste buds like very few things. Looking through the list of what you just showed there's like maybe two things out of that I would try, and condensed milk would be one. You know?
Yeah, I didn't get any of the butyric acid notes either that you get sometimes when you try greens fresh. Yeah. You get that slight funkiness, that slight cheesy note. I didn't actually get any of that from this.
Yeah, so I don't think condensed milk as a single flavor, it's hard. It's got to be a little difficult, because condensed milk as a single flavor test is not something that you're pleasant.
That's why I've been postponing it, is because I wanted to get, in case it messes my taste buds up. I didn't want to do a single flavor yet.
Yeah, one of the desserts I used to have as a child was it would have been tinned peaches or tinned fruit cocktail. with a can of Nestle condensed milk poured over the
or
top.
peaches and cream, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a poor man's peaches and cream.
Yeah, right.
But that butyric note, a lot of times you can smell that when you open it. And
Yeah.
I mean, it smells to me like this isn't going to need a lot of steep time to actually pull through like a lot of the flavors.
It's really good off a shake. I'd say probably a week, maybe 2 tops.
In comparison to some that'll take on nearly a month to really.
Yeah.
There's something as potent as this flavor, which, like I said, is so potent. I'm putting it on the last burn. I'm going to mix it up, try it quick, and then let it sit. Because
I haven't actually tried the Purilium, Rocky. I don't even think I got a straight Purilium condensed milk. I think I got the caramel one.
I got to double check. I got in a condensed milk today, and I can't remember if it was Purilium or not. Let me double check that because I can test those side by side and make sure I do that.
Next one I got is sugar pie. Now, this isn't something that I've ever tried in the actual food because I just thought pie with a load of sugar put on top. But apparently it's a little bit more complex than that.
It's a lot more complex.
It's kind of like cheesecake. It's not really what it is, right?
Yes. So I got sweet and creamy with notes of vanilla and some underlying maple syrup notes as well.
It's actually brown sugar what you're tasting, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually get brown sugar. I got more of the dark maple syrup vibe from it.
But
followed by light pastry. More of a short crust pastry. Cream.
Plans for this one.
The cream is thick, verging on a custard thickness, but without any egginess that you get in a custard. For balance, the first taste is a sweet maple syrup, followed by the cream with the pastry coming in at the end. Pastry may come in more with a steep, but overall very flavorful profile. It was very pleasant vape, even single flavor.
So you think if you took that and mixed it with the condensed milk, that would...
The condensed milk would probably go with it, but it would thin that mouthfeel out a little bit, I think.
See, because this has the one thing you taste here definitely when you're tasting it is the cooked sugar on top. You're getting that like that. I forget what the name is. It's like a brulee where you're burning the sugar off of the top. That's definitely there. And the proper sugar pie that I've had when I was growing up, because I live right next to the Canadian border. I had it a few times. I used to love it. It's basically brown sugar with white sugar on top, cooked in a pie crust. It's not much more than that. There's just very little more put into that. A little bit of sometimes a little bit more or something.
With it being Canadian, would they sometimes use maple syrup in there, or would it literally
It is
just
possible
be...
they did. I didn't really get maple syrup notes. I think what's confusing a lot of people is that burnt sugar note gives you like almost a maple syrup like taste. And I didn't quite get the maple syrup, but I've been making a lot of maples, using Swaggy's maple and making a lot of maple vapes lately.
Yeah.
So I kind of can tell the difference between that and playing with his brown sugar. And I'm thinking that brown sugar mixed with the like burnt sugar topping, I think that's where it's tricking people into thinking maple. But it would work in a maple mix. I'm thinking this would be a great one. Add a little pie crust to it. Get a good rhubarb and strawberry, make it a strawberry rhubarb pie out of this, just the way it is, because you get that nice cooked dark notes you need for a good proper strawberry rhubarb pie.
All right, who had 38-minute mark for the first time that Tim mentioned VSO today? Because you're the winner. All right, whoever had 38 minutes.
Hey,
all right, continue on.
Good. Well, he's got a nice maple, that's all.
I'm just trying to find... Right, I got blueberry muffin. Now, I know I've been seeing online that people are actually liking this flavor. But for me, on a shake, I found that blueberry a little bit perfumey and not immediately identifiable as an actual blueberry. I did get a frosting or cream cheese. Really pleasant. Didn't actually expect it though, because normally if I buy a muffin, I don't expect to have cream cheese or frosting or anything on there. I expect that with a cupcake and not a muffin.
Yeah.
I did get a very light muffin taste on the end, but no actual muffin mouthfeel. The frosting, icing, or whatever it was, actually dominated that mouthfeel for me. That was the main mouthfeel I got from it.
Yeah, it was blueberry forward, but yet it's reminiscent actually of like the blueberry jam. You know how when you mix that up, how it, off the shake, it's not really pleasant at first. I'm hoping that changes like that. I have a feeling that that might be the same blueberry, and that's what I kind of got from it. Is it's a similar blueberry, that blueberry jam from Wonder
Now,
Flavors.
and again, this was off the shake for me, so that perfumey note would probably steep out, and the blueberry might come forward a little bit more. I might even find that maybe 3% was a little bit too high for my taste buds, so I might remix that at 2.
Yeah,
Now,
but I agree with you that the muffin is there, but it's definitely needs some more built in if you want a proper muffin. It's very, very light, and I don't believe that's going to steep enough to really call a true muffin. I mean, it's like if you, maybe in the end, it's almost like a muffin bite where it's really packed with the blueberries. It might be more like that.
I think it would probably mix really well with the Flavora blueberry muffin.
I was okay.
Use the Flavora blueberry muffin just as the backup
I
flavor.
know what Tim's wanting to say.
I was thinking it, but
Because I know who has a good blueberry.
No, I actually do not agree with that because I do not think that other blueberry that I usually make will work with this.
Yeah.
I think that this. I was actually thinking in terms of like what Liam just said. I was thinking that Flavora blueberry muffin with this combined might actually complete a very good muffin.
Okay. Have we gone the pancake route yet? We haven't, have we?
Oh, that's interesting.
No, because when we do get to the pancake route, I guess the question will be because, well, we did discuss it slightly. He said it was more of a buttery thing than it was a no maple. So if you were to take the pancake with the one where you're getting the maple syrup with the sugar pie, combine the two, then you're going to get the pancake with the butter with the maple syrupy type kind of.
Yeah, the sugar pie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that working.
Yeah.
I mean, even the brown sugar would work with that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a little bit of sugar cookie at it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
Now, the peanut butter taffy. That peanut butter taffy, I was really, really impressed with. But I don't think not a lot of people are going to agree with me because from what I've seen online, I'm tasting it slightly different to everybody else. I had a sweet candy-like peanut butter, so it was a really nice peanut butter, but it was sweet, almost as if imagine getting peanut butter and mixing it up with a sweetened buttercream frosting.
So kind of like a Reese's sweet peanut butter.
Yes.
Well, have you ever had
Yes.
Kisses? The Kisses, the peanut butter taffy that's in like the
Halloween
wax paper?
candy.
Yeah, the Halloween candy. You know how it's got that peanut butter that's got like that bite to it, that sugary bite.
Mhm. Yeah.
Spot on. That
Yeah.
is what this tastes like, 100%.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. You could get the ones in the black wrappers and the orange wrappers.
See, when
And
I
then-
first saw the thing peanut butter taffy, I was thinking he was doing like a saltwater taffy with the peanut butter. This is not the case. He was shooting for the Kisses, and I think they nailed that pretty damn good.
I got reminiscent of the peanut butter used in Reese's. This has a pleasant grainy mouthfeel, like the peanut butter has been mixed with a buttercream. Very creamy and lightly buttery with some vanilla notes in the background. There isn't really any taffy taste to this, however. It does have a very full and slightly chewy mouthfeel right at the end of the vape. The peanut butter aspect is one of the best peanut butters I've tasted and would be ideal in candy mixes such as Reese's. Now, I've actually got it in a. I've been working on a Reese's Pieces mix. I haven't quite got that off a shake. It was really, really good, but then that chocolate lost some of the richness, some of the notes I wanted. The peanut butter estate, the peanut butter is perfect for that mix, but I just need to work on that chocolate a little bit more. But yeah, that taffy peanut butter is excellent. If you're a fan of peanut butters, I definitely recommend picking
And that was
up.
the one of the ones too. I tested different percentages. At 4%, you get the proper, like, Bill. If you had the kisses before, you know how they almost like that peanut butter's got like a bite to it. You turn that to 4% or above, and you get
that's
that bite.
the center part you're talking
Yeah,
about, because
like when
the
you get to
outer
the very
part is
center.
just a toffee part, and then when you get to the middle, it's where that little dollop of peanut butter is, right?
And you get that
injected
real
in.
weird, like sharp bite almost to
Yeah.
peanut butter. That's what
Mhm.
this tastes like at 4%.
Yeah.
Not too sure what else we mixed. Yeah, the soft candy base. It's unmistakable sweet vanilla candy base. Very taffy-like. Nice thick and chewy mouthfeel. But because it's just that plain sort of vanilla flavor, it should work really well for you to create your own flavored taffies, your own flavored taffy mix, as well as dropping it into creams, custards, things like that, just to thicken it up and inject a little bit more.
This is
a little bit more
like
vanilla.
you mentioned the milkshakes. This would be a good one if you want to go a different direction for flavor, not just the strawberry.
Yeah. Yellow kiwi. I got hard to describe fruit because I've never actually had a yellow kiwi.
Me
I've
neither.
only eaten the green ones. Got a tropical taste and is juicy with a really nice, wet, juicy mouthfeel. I didn't actually get a kiwi taste, surprisingly. So I'm assuming the yellow kiwis taste completely different to the green ones.
I'm assuming the same thing. Off the smell, if you off the smell test and the actual flavor test, it's one shot. It is what it smells like. It's almost like a hint of cantaloupe. Like if the cantaloupe like somehow got the juiciness of a kiwi added to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I know cantaloupe seemed to be a little bit of a prominent theme between the two. And if you smell the two back and forth, you can kind of almost get the notes the same between this and the other. But it's kind of like a gooey cantaloupe, kind of. That's the best way I can describe it.
Gooey cantaloupe.
Gooey cantaloupe. This is like, hey, has anybody watched the ridiculous Six or whatever it was? Better than a cantaloupe. That's the after effects.
Yeah, I was thinking a yellow kiwi was just a kiwi with jaundice.
I thought it was just a different color. I didn't realize it had that much of a different flavor. Now I really want to try one.
Yeah, Marshy is saying yellow kiwi is much better eating, not so tart.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's no tartness to this at all. That kiwi tartness is not there. Like the juiciness is kind of there, but it smells and tastes more like a cantaloupe, just really juicy.
I think that's the last of my notes on these ones because I haven't actually got around to trying the pancake, the apple butter, or the
apple butter was the
yet.
one I've actually thoroughly went through pretty good. That's when I played with the different percentages. It's going to be good for a lot of things, including additive to maybe. I mean, honestly, off the bat at 2%, I was thinking this would make a great fritter. Make an apple fritter flavor with it. And then as I bumped it up, and again, 4% seemed to be kind of the sweet spot for many, not all, but many of these. Bumped up there, it kind of reminded me of like my grandmother's apple butter, but with a Granny Smith instead of using a mix of that, the sharp green apple and Macintosh like she did.
Does it have an apple flavor to it, or does it have an apple butter flavor to it? Because apple butter to me has really no apple flavor to it. Not really. It's more of an apple sauce type flavor than it is an apple. Apple butter is, I don't really, personally, whenever I've eaten it like on bread, where you just take apple butter and spread it on bread, and I don't really ever taste apples Yeah.
Now you're talking store bought, right?
No, I'm just talking apples, like that you pick off
Because
a
apple
tree
butter,
and take a bite out of.
homemade apple butter, home style, like we had in New York, that was
Yeah.
completely like this was reminiscent of that. It's kind of like it's got that apple sauciness, but there's definitely like this buttery feel to it, like a jammy almost feel to it. It's almost like an apple jam, but it sways toward the applesauce side, like a dark applesauce,
All right.
but with the wrong apples. Like it's using the dark part notes of the applesauce, but then you're throwing Granny Smiths in it. Now, I think that one thing I would do a little different because of my own personal taste. I would probably find some kind of red apple flavor that you really like and put it in there.
Vape Train Red Apple is really good.
And Fee is disappointed because she wanted to know about the apricot and the pancake.
I can't actually.
Oh, the apricot I can tell you about.
I can't test vape it, but I can have a sniff of the concentrate.
The apricot is like a really nice ripe apricot. A lot of the apricots, tend to be on the, again, not fully ripe, almost like you get one at the store and it's just not quite there, but you eat it anyway. This one is actually like a fully ripe, borderline, like the sweetest point before it goes bad. And it works really good at the same low percentages as like using one of those bright apricots for like with the strawberry to make the flavor pop. Only it makes the flavor pop with the strawberry more like Southern tea. Like if you make lemonade, like if you're making a strawberry lemonade, but you want those berries so they're like tasting like they're just about to go bad, but right there to all the flavor in the lemonade versus usually the bright strawberries. Like you get them from the grocery store and you just throw them in. These are like ones you picked yourself when they were like right off the vine, and you wouldn't be able to keep them in the fridge for 2 days. I'm going bad.
Steve wants to know if the apple butter has a spiced apple butter taste, or is it just a regular?
It's very slight, but there is a little bit of cinnamon like to it. There is a slight bit, but not forward. It's nicely balanced. Because I was kind of worried about that too. I thought it was going to taste more like an apple filling. It's not quite an apple filling. It's not quite an applesauce.
It's not like the apple pie by
apple fill. Yeah, the apple filling
by Flavora. No,
I've got that. No, it's not like that.
The apricot. The apricot
about
on
the
the
apple
sniff.
pie?
The apricot on the sniff.
Got it somewhere.
It's smelling that apricot. It smells got that sweet apricot notes to it, but there's also a very, very slight undertone of slight earthiness to it, and a little bit dark, as if it's part baked.
Yep. Yeah, it's like part baked or little like I said, right on the verge of being overripe. When they get, and they start to like the juiciness, it's like they're ready to go, but you caught it at just the right time to get it. Like think of an overripe banana where it's just not quite turned brown, but that it's about to. It's kind of got that type of fruit feel.
Softness, but not the mushiness to where when you peel it, it just is.
Yeah, not quite to peel it.
The texture enough to,
Yeah, it's actually really nice. I have not had an apricot like this one, but it is a proper apricot.
I don't like apricot, so it doesn't,
Yeah, that pancake does smell
buttery.
Smell very buttery, and there are definitely some big pancake notes to it. So that's looking forward to trying that one.
You gonna try it right now?
No, I can't actually mix it up at the moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. That's another one I waited for because I want to really take some time with that one. I think that has potential to be a really nice base pancake note. Like you can make your pancake taste like anything you want.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to revisit these three next week. The ones I haven't actually tasted yet. That apple butter smells like it's got a bit of a sharp note to it.
Yeah, that's the like I said, like a green apple,
yeah.
It's not a dark apple. It's not like a Macintosh or anything like that, or any red apple. That's got like a nice green apple. Like a really tart.
You can smell a very, very, very light spice to it.
Yep. And
But-
that's how it translates through. It's a light spice, but it's not overpowering. It's actually nice.
If it vapes as pleasant as it smells, though,
It does.
I'm going to be happy.
And you don't need to add sweetener to make it taste good too. You can, obviously, especially if anybody has a sweet tooth, but most of these flavors stand up really well without sweetener, which is surprising to me. The sugar pie, you really don't need to. I'm almost thinking about using it as a sweetener. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
I say sugar pie, you wouldn't figure you'd need sweetener.
Yeah,
no, you
but,
won't.
but it's cooked sugars, so it could have went either way. That could have actually not been sweet. Could have been but it is. That's like that's if at 4%. That's like you get all the diabetic goodness without the after effects.
So,
Very goodness.
there's been some new SSA released as well.
I've got the I haven't tried any of them yet, but I do have the new SSA Skull City.
I haven't got any of the SSA at all, but these are the ones that have been released. So we have waffle with butter, which I kind of hope would be a replacement for the classic Belgian, because that classic Belgian is really, really good from Mollenberry. So I kind of hope that our waffle with butter would actually be a replacement for that. But I'll have to try and pick them up at some point. We got flaky pastry, watermelon sour, crumbly cookie, apple fresh, cheesecake on graham, butterscotch rich, pineapple sweet, cactus juice, raspberry blue, honeycomb crumble, lemon wafer cream, watermelon taffy, clotted cream, apple pinata, Bavarian cream, and chocolate mousse.
Now I know that I had to get different. So is that this? That's not the same in BCF as it is non-noms. There's a difference, I think. They're different releases. Where is it? I'm trying to find the pack. So I had to order them all individually because the pack was out. So on BCF.
I think the BCF might be playing catch up though on the last lot that SSA released as well.
No, they had them all in, but they didn't. But they're different names, and I think some of the flavors are actually different. I don't think we have all the same flavors.
They do that a lot of times here. They just put different names on. You know.
Well, that's what I think that's why. But when I got asked to be on Noted for the quarterly, they said I had to have both lines. So I'm imagining there's some differences. There might be some subtle nuances, maybe per region. Maybe they're doing it to taste.
Yeah,
I'm not
might
sure.
be.
I'm trying to find the one. I can't remember them all, but I did get all the ones from Bull City. All the
Fee is saying they've got the cheesecake on graham and the butterscotch rich, and both are very good.
Yeah, I got them in today. I have not had a chance to play with them. They literally came in a few hours ago.
Hey, he's back.
Fucking hell, I went in, you were talking about it. I've come back out, you're still fucking talking about flavours.
Yeah.
Sorry
It's
about
a
that.
flavor show. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, what?
We've done the 38-minute mark was when DSO got mentioned today. So basically, we've already given away the prize for that. Other than
Those
that,
nuts was mentioned within the first 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
went out the door.
Where's the other guy? I'm here. The other guy's here. The other guy is back, Mr. Raw Poached Egg. With salt. Don't forget, with salt.
Yeah, I can't find the pack on the thing. I have no idea where it went.
Mogil said that
Okay.
BCF had the Wonder Flavor sample pack last night, but you're talking Wonder Flavors. He's looking for
Super
or
aromas.
SSA, right? Yeah.
SSA, yeah.
Yeah.
The sample pack on Bull City.
Okay.
I had the list yesterday, but I got it somewhere. I'd have to look through it, but it's in my messages. But there is a difference between the two, and I think there's like 2 or 3 that are completely different, like different profiles.
How much was it on the Nom Noms side? Have you shown that? Nom Noms. How much were the 16 on Nom Noms?
The 16 pack. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. 2 seconds.
How'd you get?
Yeah, so Yeah, there isn't a pack for the SSA, but there was a pack for the Wonder flavors. Where did I see it? The 16 flavor pack is £25. Now for 10 mil, they are £2.09 each.
So it'll be 32 quid if you got them. So you're getting a £7 knocked off, aren't you?
Yeah.
And we had two of them when I ordered in Bull City. There's two that were out of 10 mils. So I had to get 30s. Unfortunately, one of them was cheesecake. Oh, I had to break my arm to get that one 30. But the other one was a kind of weird flavor, and I was like, I got to get 30 of that. I can't remember which one it was.
So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that flavour profiles, because I listened to it while going up and I listened to it when I coming back. So I hope you. Sorry about having to shoot off a little old lady, no eating. She's still got no eating, but she had no eating.
A button didn't work this time, huh?
Val's fucked.
Oh,
so, can't do all with that. They have to order it up. So
at least the weather's warm. At least the weather's warmed up a little bit.
Oh, you know what little old ladies are like, though, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want it 90 fucking degrees when it's red hot outside. Never mind what else. A bit like Bill. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, I'll have you know, I golf in 50.
Yeah, Mowgli, I had to buy
weather, shorts and a short sleeve shirt. Yeah.
I had to buy the pack individually. I couldn't buy it as a pack anymore.
No logic. No, she doesn't have any eating. She didn't have any eating when I got there, and she's still not got no fucking eating when I got there. When I've come away.
Did you go over and snuggle with her and get her warmed up?
I hit it with an hammer. I hit it with a hammer, and it still didn't work. So
You hit her with a hammer?
No, I hit her with an hammer. Calling me out this fucking time.
Still want heat?
He doesn't
Oh,
need
yeah.
no more. Doesn't eat no more. He fixed that issue.
Yeah, I fixed that issue. She's fine. So you've gone through SSA ones. You've gone through the
Wonder flavors.
Wonder flavors. We'll jump on to. Did you show obviously the bargains on Vaporable?
Well, I haven't gone through those yet, and we haven't done the announcement yet either.
Yeah, so we're going to do that.
To get back.
No problems. Thank you very much. So I did look around. Vaporable having a bit of a sale on. So if you want to go over there, there's a few flavours that are quite cheap over at Vaporable. Vaporable in the UK. I know people are asking where to get cheap flavours from. They're having a bit of sale on over there.
I'll just share screen on that.
Inexpensive, people, not cheap. Inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've got some of the Wonder flavours for 49p for 10 mils. You got.
I'm not sure on their own flavours what they are, to be fair.
No. I've never actually used any of the Vaporable ones.
Oh, I got the list, by the way, for you.
I wonder what the difference is between biscuit base and biscuit.
I don't know. Take me to the C saying I don't see SSA waffle at BCF. Can anybody point it in the right direction?
What are they looking for?
She's looking for
SSA
SSA waffles. She can't find it on BCF. Can you
There's buttery waffle, I think it's called.
So
here.
Like I say, you can go over to Vaporable, have a look there. They have got some cheap for 49p. He's worth getting. Also, there is a little bit of a sale on if you are wanting one shots. Over at ECF, I've got a sale for 20% off on Dinner Ladies one shots. If you fancy their lemon tart, it's 20% off. I think you use spring 20 or something. It's on top when you open it up. If you open it up, it'll show you at the top.
Yeah, looks like
SSA waffle is one of the ones that's not on BCF. Like I said, they're two different lists. I know I had to buy. I still got to buy the ones off Nom Noms because I have to get both lines because they're different lines.
All right,
BCF,
so
release them differently. I've got the list here. You can tell me what ones are reminiscent, what ones aren't. Quick, apple pinata type, watermelon taffy type, banana real type, strawberry sweet fresh type, cheesecake and graham, rhubarb. Clotted cream, raspberry type, banana cream, peach sweet type, Bakewell, honeycomb crumble type, lemon wafer cream type, and lemon sour type is the ones we got released on BCF.
Yeah, now you're missing the waffle with butter, the flaky pastry. I think you had a watermelon sour type, didn't you?
Yes. No, watermelon taffy type, not a sour type. See, that's not the same.
Yeah, you're missing the crumbly cookie.
And I think you're missing some too, because I think they both have there's 14 of these.
There's 14. looking at these new ones now on Nom Noms and SSA, we're missing the 2 bananas. So the banana fresh or ripe, was it?
Banana cream.
Banana
And the banana
real
cream.
ripe type. Yeah.
Yeah, that made it really easy to find though when you're trying to put them into ELR and stuff.
Just put type.
Just put type in. As soon as you put type with any flavor, it's going to be them because no one else puts that in there.
Yeah. Fee saying, is it different from SSA crisp waffle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a short answer. Yes.
we do have a ripe banana from SSA, but it's not in this new release. So
Right.
I don't know whether SSA have actually released something in
Here's
between.
the BCF list right here.
Yeah, because I have to. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking at. There's a different list for the 2. I know I have to order some of the ones from Nom Noms, if not all of them, to test them for the noted episode coming up.
So what's the Bakewell?
Good question.
I'm guessing it might be just the tart part of it rather than the cherry.
But that's actually, like I said, there's 2. They didn't release them the same this time. They released them different between the 2.
Very good. So you're going to have to wait for BCF to get all the flavours in. You're going to have to wait
And
for them.
Nom Noms too. I think we have a couple you don't have.
Just looking up those bananas. Now we got ripe banana, super aromas. Yeah, I can't actually see the banana cream unless it's been called something else.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Some of them are different. I know they said they're 2 completely separate lines. So.
All right, so they might release them over here next couple of weeks, and you get ours.
And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen eventually. But yeah.
Very good. Very good. It is a Bakewell tart. Is a shortcut pastry. Well, so Mowgli, it is a shortcut pastry. Usually, it has cherry in it. We'll call it a cherry Bakewell.
We call that a cherry pie.
Yes,
Yeah.
cherry pie. Flavored
Yes,
cream
they
pie.
used to actually have, because when I was a kid, they used to piss me off because they would always sing this stupid ass old song to me. Can you bake a cherry pie, Billy boy, Billy boy?
But can you? We're asking you a question. Can you bake one?
I can't bake it well, but okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Swanford saying I have Bakewell. It's horrid. So don't buy Bakewell. He says it's horrid. What is Frangipan?
I gotta test this. Thank you very much. I hope it doesn't taste authentic then.
Frangipan is Frangipan the sort of almondy crustly bit on top. It's not like a nut. It's not like a fucking icing. It's the other bit in it, not the icing.
Frosting?
Yeah, I always thought it was a little bit like marzipan.
Yes, it is.
Delicious,
But it's not as
deliciously nutty frangipan cream.
yeah. It's not like a. That's what I couldn't think of. That you get on cakes, not icing the other bit.
Yeah, frangipan is pastry filling made with finely ground almonds or
Yes.
almond meal,
Yes.
sometimes referred to as almond cream.
It is. It's that bit that's not on the top. It's the bit in the middle of the Bakewell tart.
Yeah.
So you have the cherry at the bottom, then you have this frangipan bit, and then you have this icing.
Says it's an almond flavored custard.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I got is frangipan the same as marzipan. Frangipan is a variation of soft spreadable custard that bakers commonly use as a filling in tarts, galettes, and puff pastries. Marzipan is a sweet almond paste used as a candy or fondant, adding texture to traditional cakes.
Yeah, Mike Hain says it is an almond sponge thing. An almond sponge thing.
Very descriptive sponge. No, I actually does make sense though.
It is.
You know why people? Do you know why people don't eat helicopter chips? Because they like the plain ones.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Did that really deserve that drum roll?
so, as we said earlier on, we have a little bit of an announcement. Well, before we do that, go over to Amatorium and do try his Grim Green inspired, endorsed and highly recommended juices. If you put Benny 10, you'll get 10% off. So go over and show Graham some love and try some of Glamour, which is Green's new favourite juice.
And the fudge.
Yeah.
He
And the
enjoyed.
fudge.
He enjoyed that country fudge.
Yes.
He's a fudge packer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait a minute. What was his stage name again?
Yes. That would be Nut Muffin.
Muffin,
Yeah,
that's it.
Nut Muffin. So we have got a little bit of announcement, and take it away, Liam.
Okay. So,
Boom.
as you'll be able to see, Flavor Chaser has come back to the UK. DIYFlavorchaser.co.uk is now open for business.
So
That's
there you go.
very exciting.
If you don't know what that is, it is where you can get your concentrates from. One shots. So they are one shots. So you'll pick up the one shot, you'll put your VG, PG, and nicotine in them, and they are made by some of everybody in the community. You know, some of the best mixers on there, and they are now available. They used to be over in Canada. Zip is now sent it over there, and Liam is running that. Aren't you, my friend?
So I am. We haven't got the full range that.
Well, have you got is your website up and running?
Yes, it should be live now.
So show the website then.
Yes.
That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it?
There, when you showed it,
Yeah,
we
that's
had
all.
the little cone that said maintenance ahead. Or,
Yeah.
you know, there's potholes in the road or something like that. I was looking for
Yeah.
a big orange
Yeah.
barrel, you know.
Just gonna open it up a moment. Bear with me a second.
And then we can tell you exactly what you can get from there. You will be able to get
Exactly.
from exactly. So not exactly. That's Nature Vapes' stuff, but exactly. You will be able to get some from Bugs. Some of these is on there. Creed's is on there.
It's grams.
Order
Yeah,
4 of
so-
every single one on there, because I will tell you, Liam has worked hard on this.
Yeah. So this is the site. So we have Zippy, Creed, myself, Mr. Fogg, who you will also know as Waftam, Tam, Steam Pugs, Loop Loop, David Marshall, who's in chat at the moment, Immortal, Net Reality, and we also have Vaping Community Shots.
So there you go. So what have we got in from each one? Do we know what we got in from Pugs? Have you got the White Rabbit?
No, I couldn't get the White Rabbit this time, but we do have his cereal, which is Cereal Steam, which is also a really good mix. When I ordered, I was trying to make sure that I didn't really duplicate the profiles too much. So I didn't want to have 7 custards on there. I wanted to try and get a selection of
Balance.
every profile to try and balance the website. But as the website goes on, more stock will end up being added on, and the range that you can get from each mixer will expand.
And if you want to try a bit of custard, do go out. The world-renowned Creed's custard is one that's been around for a very long time. That, you know what I mean? It's one of the staples of the community. Is Creed's custard. So
Yep.
you can get that. Are they all $9.99? Is that what the price is? Is that for 30 mil or is that for 10
It's
mil?
$9.99 for 30 mil.
So there you go. So you're getting $9.99 for 30 mil of concentrate. So if you work that out, if you're doing it around about 15%, you're probably getting about 90%, about 120. So what we get?
It's,
I usually get out of 30. I usually get about 30, 60, about 120, something like that. Maybe a bit more, 150.
I've actually got the yields on the site. So when you click on, it actually tells you recommended usage percentage 15%.
Yep.
Will give you 200 mil of finished
Yes.
juice.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's about, I usually get about 150, depending on what you're using. So for 200 mil for $9.99 is not bad. All you need is VD and PD. Can you drop a link in the chat?
Yes, I can.
So do go over and show them some love. Like I say, Net Reality's on there, Liam's on there, Pugs is on there, Creed's on there. You know, some of the Tam's on there. Douglas Zippy. If you've been wanting them, we've been mentioning it about Canada, wanting to get them from there. And if you didn't want to pay shipping, you don't have to now pay a boatload of shipping. You can now get them from the UK.
Let's get more of this going on.
Yeah, Zippy's saying 200 mil.
Yeah.
That's 200 mils.
Yeah. If you wanted to make those with nick shots, you would need 6.5 nick shots to actually make up 200 ml of juice.
So there you go. Do try them out.
At 3 milligram.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was gonna say,
Do go over and check them out. It'd be very good to get that up and running. There's other companies that do thing, but not a community one like this one. So yes, so if you've seen them on the show, you see them on other shows, do support them. Show them a little bit of love. A little bit of love.
And if you're up to it, share it around so everybody else can get them too.
That's the one.
We got a lot of people that have been actually asking if we can get those over here. We haven't been able to. So
Yep.
Over
So
there.
do share them on social media. Do share it out and about on Instagram, over on Twitter, wherever you're on, Facebook, whatever you want to share it on. Do share it out. Tell them that Flavor Chaser UK is now available.
You will also be able to follow DIY Flavor Chaser UK on Facebook under DIY Flavor Chaser UK. And
Who thought that name up?
It's hard work, Benny. It's hard work. And,
It's like naming your liquids.
there will also be an Instagram account opened as well. Tried doing it today, but Instagram didn't like me and wouldn't work. So
if anyone's wondered why Liam's names of his mixes lately have been a little flat, he's been busy with this. Maybe they'll start getting better again now.
some people always say that the names of my mixes are always a little flat.
Shrek, I
Doesn't
can't say
matter
that.
if
She's
the
90
name's
years old.
flat, as long as the mix is good. That's what
Exactly.
matters. Yeah.
As long as it's delicious in the end.
It is. That's all you want to know. And like I say, it will be getting some more different flavours in as the site gets bigger and people start ordering. So crash the site. It's open. Make him work.
Yes. Let's see if we can bring that site to its knees.
You want to see him come out on Wednesday nights and say, I'm here, but I'm busy working.
Yeah.
We want
I've got my steam powered printer all set up. I topped off the water, so that's ready to roll.
Yeah.
So there you go. Get it in 1999. So. All right, saying WC saying, "Oh well, just have to wait for the classic Belgian waffle. Rainbow Vapes in the UK has it, but they don't ship to the US." Lol.
There have been rumblings that a classic Belgian waffle mind may be discontinued. So grab it while you can.
Oh,
also rumblings about it possibly with the SSA rebranding thing that's been talked about. If that comes through, it might actually just
I don't think anything has actually come out officially though from
nothing official.
Mullenberry.
So that could be just rumor, but I'm kind of hoping it's true.
Shrek saying it's 12 degrees C, almost tropical. Yeah, but your little old lady, he sat there, not moving.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For
My
those
mom, I can remember it was 90 degrees outside, and we were out in the sun, baking, sweat rolling off of you, and Mom's got a sweater on. And I'm like, oh my God, could you get in the car or something? Because you're burning me up. I can't even handle it.
For those of you that are on this side of the pond, there are some reviews that are. There is a nice replacement for the Belgian waffle. It doesn't require as long as steep.
Yeah, Harry Oates.
Yeah, fucking cold.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a cold
honestly,
turkey.
no, you got to understand. That was one we specifically asked for because we knew that the Belgian waffle is getting harder to get. So we specifically asked him to make it.
Oh.
It was actually requested to make.
I'm just trying to figure out how he just makes enough waffles to naturally extract.
I've been trying to
that.
figure out this myself with some of the flavors.
I've just got images of Shane just dipping waffles into PG, leaving them sit there for 2 days, taking them out and then just wringing it out.
Wring it out of the juice.
Yeah, he makes it, he rolls it up, puts rubber bands around it, drops it in there, lets it sit in there for like 6 months, then takes it out, wrings it into a bottle, puts a cap on it, and sends it to Tim.
Yeah.
Possibly, I don't know. I'm thinking he has the kids do it. You know, like instead of bobbing for apples, they had to, at Halloween time they had to bob for
Does it
Waffles.
have little pieces of waffle in it? I mean, can
That's
you
what
still
tastes
see
nice,
little
yes.
They must strain it first, I think. I don't know.
Maybe
Muggle
you're
Vape's saying
playing-
he's vaping on yellow matter custard DIY night tonight. Is that a flavour shop? Is it?
Yeah, that's Luke
That's my
Luke's.
custard, Rocky. That sounds
Luke
good.
Luke's custard.
Is that recipe up on ELR, Rocky?
Scotch my custard? No, I don't want scotch.
No.
I like that.
Yeah, that's one of my one shots. That one is at Flavor Chaser. It's butterscotch custard.
Well, there you go. If you fancy a butterscotch custard, everybody's doing a butterscotch custard. I can't
That
see
does,
it.
that sounds
Butter
good.
scotch custard at the moment, or a salted caramel custard. People are all doing.
I got like 3 new butterscotches into it too.
But when I saw Scotch my custard, I thought, man, Scotch and custard? I don't think so. That sounds horrible.
It's fine as long as the scotch is at 99% and the custard's at 1% because you'll never taste it.
I'm thinking it's like, hell, what's next? Jack Daniel's custard?
Yeah.
Why not? They do everything else. Have you not went to the grocery stores or Walmart lately? I mean, literally the walls.
Yeah.
They might as well do a Jack Daniel's like whole section because
Yeah,
they
they
have
should. Yeah.
some of the flavorings they have. It's like, okay, that sounds good. And you get something else like, huh? They actually put Jack Daniel's in it. How?
Fee wants to know: is it worth me selling a kidney to ship to SA?
For the Wonder Flavors and the SSA, or the
Yes.
Flavor Chaser. Because I was going to say, it's Flavor Chaser one shots. I'm only shipping to the UK, and I'm not sure if Zippy actually ships to South Africa. But for the Wonder Flavors, I'd say yes. The SSA though, I haven't actually tried. So
But you'd literally sell a kidney?
They wouldn't want mine. Not after hanging out with Graham.
Yes. You answered yes to that.
yeah, because she's not actually on about selling a kidney.
Well, she said, is it worth me
It's just-
selling a kidney?
No, it's just to shipping to South Africa.
But shipping
is,
costs, isn't it, yeah.
Yeah, shipping is expensive to South Africa.
The Wonder Flavors has, I mean, the nice thing about that pack too is it's got a little bit of something for everybody.
Swamp Thing saying, what is the best marshmallow flavour? And Dave Lloyd said, great show, guys. Because he knows it's time we're going to be going in a minute. So he's got it in already.
Yeah.
Got it
we're,
early.
we're there. He's just pushing us out the door. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink.
Swamp Thing, do you want a candy marshmallow? So you want it to be the upfront marshmallow in a recipe, or do you want more of just a marshmallow sort of mouthfeel? Because the Wonder Flavors gooey marshmallow is really, really good. It's a really good melted marshmallow, like you get in a s'more, except without that toasted note. FA marshmallow is an excellent candy marshmallow. Flavora and one-on-one marshmallow vanilla is also really, really good.
So is the FA more like the marshmallow that you get in Lucky Charms?
Get him in
No,
Lucky
that's
Charms.
That's
Get
the
up
one I
Lucky
don't.
Charms, you.
I haven't really ran across one that tastes proper for that. To be honest with you, I've tried.
The FA one is more the soft.
Oh, the
Squidgy
big
marshmallows.
round squishies that you put on the end of the stick to stick in the
Yeah.
fire before you
Yeah.
fire
Make
them up.
it into a
them
s'more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas the ones in the cereal, I think, they're slightly harder ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
Yes.
like little pieces of brick or something.
He's wanting a candy.
Marshmallow
Candy
flavored brick. That's exactly what they are. Marshmallow flavored bricks because they don't even soak up the milk. It just
I never tasted marshmallow with those. They were just like little hunks of something in there. I never liked Lucky Charms, but
those are the things you fling at your sister and they stick to her face. That's
He's after a candy marshmallow.
Yeah, so the FA, the Flavora, and the one-on-one.
Yeah, I really like the
Candy types.
I really like the flavor vanilla marshmallow.
Yeah, they're a little bit heavier on the vanilla than they're a little bit heavier than the vanilla than the FA marshmallow.
So it would really depend on what you're putting it in too, not just necessarily the thing. Because yeah, like you said, if you don't want that vanilla note for some reason or another in your mix, yeah, you'd go with the other.
Stuart, you cannot get his one shot of blue. Blue is not available as a one shot. You have to buy it as an e-liquid, unfortunately. So it doesn't do it as a one shot. It is just straight up a e-liquid line.
Blue.
Oh yeah, that'd be good, Rocky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Flavora marshmallow and candy roll. There's one thing. He has TFA. That's one thing.
TFA is decent, but I tend to use that more as an additive or an accent. For me, the FA is actually better than TFA is an actual candy marshmallow.
Toasted marshmallow gives you that toasted note.
Yeah.
Just toasted marshmallow. Shrek, no, they don't do. Asda is nothing to do with Walmart anymore. It got bought out by some Asian guys that own convenient garages or something. And he says Cap Silverline whipped is good for marshmallow for the flavour.
Yeah, Silverline whipped marshmallow is good, but again, for me that's more along the line of the Wonder Flavors gooey. It's more of a gooey marshmallow than an actual marshmallow candy.
Like if you saw someone puts how they sometimes they put like a marshmallow fluff, like we have stuff over here. It's like that.
That sticky when you get in the bottle.
The
That
sticky
looks,
goo
that
that you put
looks
on a
like
sandwich.
a
Yes, they
bottle of
put on a
Miracle
sandwich with
Whip.
peanut butter. It
It
looks
looks
like
Miracle Whip, but you
Yeah.
open the bottle up and you dip down in, or mayonnaise.
it's like Miracle
bottle.
Whip, but like Miracle Whip gone gooey.
Yeah, gooey. Yeah.
Gooey Miracle Whip, yeah.
Right, so we have come up to that time. Sorry I had to zip off. Missed half the show yet again. That's my last Wednesday for a while anyway. So it should be all right. Hopefully we will have Graham. He will be able to get out of his coffin and be back next week when the sun's gone in. So he should be all right. So we should have him on. So thank you very much, boys, for stepping in again and running the show. It's absolutely fantastic. So that is it. Is blue under Epic Shots? No, the blue is not under Epic Shots. Blue is just an e-liquid line, Mr. Interns.
Yes. It's not called blue though on the e-liquid line. It's called what is it called? Blemish or what the hell is it called? Anybody know?
I have no idea what you're on about, Bill.
What the blue is
trying to
actually
keep up
called
with it.
on
We don't have
Nick's
a clue what
line.
you're talking
If you go on Nick's line, you don't order blue. It's not called that.
No, it's called blue. It's
actual-
for Ancient Elixirs.
Yeah, I know, but ancient
It's called
Elections,
blue.
But is it
It's
called
called
blue?
blue. Yeah, it's called
Okay.
blue.
I didn't think
It's
it was.
different
I
colors,
thought it had a different
which is
name.
supposed to be the mana one.
Yeah, it's called blue. So yes. Timothy C says, I'll send someone money for 20 bottles plus shipping to buy the Rainbow Vape from Rainbow Vapes. Any takers? Any takers? Any takers?
I'll do it. Yeah.
She's got a temporary heater, Swamp Thing, so she'll be fine. She's got an electric heater. She's got an electric shower, so she can have a wash. So she's fine. She'll be all right.
You've got a teapot and a stove, right?
Exactly. She can wash up, boil a kettle. She can get a wash. And she got a temporary heater. What more does she want? So we will go around and say our goodbyes. We will start with Tim.
Okay. This week I will be on tomorrow for 6 p.m. on my Eastern Standard Time on my channel for a mental health bit. I didn't do it last week. I skipped it. And Saturday night is going to be part 2 of the gathering. We actually postponed an actual gathering last week in lieu of the fact that next week we're going to have some CASA representation, hopefully, and a really nice group of people, including people that I couldn't get for last weekend. So we're going to have a really good advocacy session this week. And then I got the Sunday, if Zippy's up to it, hoping she's feeling better. And then on Mixers Helping Mixers, and then Tuesday night on Tuesday Takeover. And also this week we're going to be putting up an episode of What in a Horror podcast. Other than that, you can find me at the links that Benny was nice enough to have posted in the thing, and I will pass it to Liam. I'll do it Bill this time.
All right, thank you. I'm on the Late Night Vape Show Sunday nights right after the NUVS show. I'll pass it over to Liam. But thanks a lot, chat. You guys have had a lot of good input, a lot of good questions and everything, and appreciate all of the input and questions and things that we get every week on the show, which makes it so much more gooder, because it would be boring as hell sitting here talking to these other 3 individuals in this room. And I'll throw it to Liam.
I will echo what Bill said. Again, Chat's been fantastic, as you are every week. It's always good seeing your questions, seeing you joining in the show. And now for my usual, well, not quite so usual blurb. You can catch me on most of the DIY mixing groups on Facebook. You can also hit me up on Sherlock Holmes Mixing. You can catch me on this show every Wednesday. Check out my public recipes on ELR, ATF, and vaping community as Sherlock Holmes. And now you can also visit DIYFlavorchaser.co.uk to get a selection of one-shots from Canada. And you will also be able to go to Facebook DIY Flavor Chaser UK as well. And just so that Benny doesn't miss the dancing squirrel, you can pick up my one shots as well from if you're on the North American side, you can pick them up from DIYFlavorchaser.com as Sherlock Holmes. You can also pick up my Twisted Imagination shots from chefs, and you can also grab mine and all of the other absolutely fantastic mixes we've got at DIYFlavorchaser.co.uk. And I will pass you back over to Benny.
Thank you very much. Like I say, sorry I had to zip off, but hopefully that'll be the last one for a little while. Do go out and check every link that's coming up in there. Do go over and check out flavorchaser.uk, whatever it is. We've put it in chat. Do you want to drop link in again in chat?
Yeah.
And look at the mixers that are on there. Stuart Dill, that It's Blue won't be the same as the one that is released on the Ancient Elixir line. I don't know what Mr. Intense says it's nice, but it won't be the same as the blue that he's doing now because it's a total different recipe. Like I say, do go and check out the rest of the shows that are on. Check out Tim's 50,000 shows that he does during the week. And also check out Bill on the Late Night Vape Show after NUVS on a Sunday night. You will find us here again next week. Do go over to check out Amatorium and get 10% off by using Benny10. Go over there and show him some love. And yeah, let's hit flavorchaser.co.uk and get it shut down.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see this completely empty by next week. So Liam's like, I don't know what to do. I want to see him freak out. Please,
Yes,
by next week, make sure he's in that mode.
Exactly. So, like I say, we'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Good night.
You everybody.
Night.
Bye.